Welcome back, dear viewers, to KBUZZPOP, the place where hearts race, emotions stir, and every detail of the K-drama world feels like it belongs to us. Today's story is one that has sent shockwaves across the fandom, leaving fans holding their breath, gripping their phones for updates, and sharing prayers across social media platforms. We're diving into the breaking story. Fans alarmed as Jung Il-Woo faints, Dara seen crying at the hospital. The atmosphere in Seoul turned heavy overnight, with whispers spreading like wildfire. For those who admire Jung Il-Woo not only as a seasoned actor, but also as a strong personality who rarely lets his struggles show, the news came as a gut punch. He has always been admired for his resilience, his smile, and the calm way he carries himself despite the pressures of the industry. But suddenly, fans were confronted with an image no one was prepared for. Jung Il-Woo fainting, being rushed to the hospital, while Dara, his close companion, was visibly emotional, crying as she tried to stay by his side. And here's where we pause for a second. How would you react if you were there? Imagine standing among a crowd of fans, holding a banner or maybe your camera, expecting to see him wave and flash that famous smile, but instead you see him stumble, his knees buckling, his face pale. The collective gasp, the rush of chaos, the shouts for help. It's the kind of moment that doesn't just stop the heart of those there, but ripples through all of us watching from afar. The scene was heartbreaking. Fans who were present described the exact moment Jung Il-Woo collapsed. He was mid-conversation with staff, trying to greet a few supporters who had been waiting patiently, when suddenly his posture gave way. His hand tried to grip onto the arm of a nearby manager, but his body weakened. The sound of screams and shouts filled the space. For someone who always appeared so full of energy, seeing him in such a vulnerable state was enough to bring tears to even the strongest of fans. And then came Dara. Just hours later, eyewitness accounts confirmed that Dara rushed to the hospital where Il-Woo was taken. Cameras captured her hurried steps, her hair barely tied, her eyes swollen with tears as she entered the hospital entrance. For fans who know the bond between these two, this wasn't just a simple visit. It was a testament of care, of worry, of emotions spilling beyond the surface. Some even reported seeing her clutching her phone tightly, as though she had been receiving updates every second, unable to hide the stress written on her face. Now, here's where things get personal. Let's imagine you're one of Dara's fans. You've always admired her strength, her resilience, her ability to handle life under the spotlight. But at that moment, as she was seen crying, her vulnerability was laid bare. How does that make you feel? Doesn't it almost make you want to reach through the screen and offer her comfort too? To say, "We're with you, Dara. We're with him too." Social media immediately exploded. Hashtags like #PrayForIL-Woo and #StayStrongDara trended within minutes. Fan accounts flooded with clips of the incident, pieced together from shaky footage and hurried updates. Some fans even started live streaming outside the hospital, sending waves of support in real time. The atmosphere wasn't just of worry, it was of collective family. Fans from Korea to the Philippines, from the US to the Middle East, all united in concern for the beloved actor. What makes this moment even more striking is the timing. Jung Il-Woo had recently been juggling a hectic schedule. Between drama shoots, brand endorsements, and a string of fan events, it seemed like he was running on little sleep. Insiders close to him whispered that he had been pushing himself too hard, ignoring signs of exhaustion. And isn't that something we've all seen before in this industry? Our stars push themselves to the limit, wanting to give everything to their fans, but in doing so, their health takes the toll. Fans couldn't help but recall Il-Woo's past health struggles. Some remember the hardships he faced years ago after a serious car accident and his ongoing battles with health issues that required careful management. Knowing his history made this collapse even more frightening. Was it simply exhaustion, or was there something deeper going on? That's the question echoing in everyone's mind. And as Dara was seen crying, the world started speculating. The cameras caught her whispering something to the medical staff before covering her face with her hands. What did she hear? Was it worse than we feared? Or was it simply the overwhelming stress of watching someone so close to her in pain? Fans online began piecing together the puzzle. Some insisted that Dara and Il-Woo have always been more than just friends, pointing to the way she reacted, so raw, so unguarded. Others argued that it was simply the concern of a loyal friend, someone who has been there through thick and thin. But regardless of what label you put on it, one thing was undeniable. Dara's tears made the entire situation 10 times more emotional. Now let me ask you, viewers, if you were in Dara's shoes, how would you have reacted? Could you have kept composure, or would you, like her, have let the tears spill freely? Sometimes, seeing someone you care about hurting strips away every mask of strength we try to wear. The hospital itself became a focal point of the drama. Reporters camped outside, fans lined the sidewalks with flowers and notes, and the staff struggled to maintain order as waves of concern poured in. Nurses were seen carefully ushering in gifts sent by fans, while others tried to reassure the crowd that Jung Il-Woo was receiving the best care possible. Every update, no matter how small, became breaking news. Finally, after hours of uncertainty, a hospital representative briefly addressed the media. Their statement was vague, offering only that Jung Il-Woo was stable but under observation and that he needed rest. But to fans, those words were both a relief and a reminder of just how fragile things were. Dara, meanwhile, remained at the hospital long into the night, refusing to leave until she was sure he was okay. And that image, that unwavering loyalty, is what fans can't stop talking about. How many of us have someone in our lives who would drop everything, rush through the night, and cry at our side when we fall? It's the kind of loyalty that feels rare, precious, and deeply moving. The fandom is still buzzing with unanswered questions. What caused Jung Il-Woo to faint? Was it exhaustion, or something more serious? Will Dara speak out about her emotions, or will she keep her silence? And most importantly, when will we see Jung Il-Woo smiling again, waving at his fans the way he always does? Until then, fans are holding on to hope, flooding social media with prayers and love. Many are even organizing online campaigns to send him heartfelt letters and video messages to lift his spirits when he wakes up. And maybe, just maybe, those messages will remind him that he doesn't have to carry the weight of the world alone, that millions of fans stand with him, cheering him on even in his weakest moments. So let's end with this. If you could send one message to Jung Il-Woo right now, what would it be? Would it be a prayer for his recovery, a thank you for his dedication, or a promise that no matter what happens, you'll stand by his side? Because in moments like this, it isn't just about being fans, it's about being a family. And family never lets go.